Starting up.
I'm assuming Saber's most likely probably going to go for the 3 first strat. I'm not too familiar with VReznor. Do you know about what path he follows usually?
I know he had a PB not too long ago on 2 first. He may or may not have switched. He's experimented with dropping the white sword from the 2 first route. So I'm actually not sure what he's going to do, but I guess we'll see in a moment.
Yeah, it does look like he's going 3 first.
Yeah.
So going this route is basically a matter of can you kill the Dark Nuts before they can get bombs, and of course manhandle at the end of 3.
Yeah, the 3 first route. The world record, of course, is a 3 first route, so it is faster, but there are quite a few risks, particularly early in the run. And the first is bomb luck in level 3.
And then manhandle can always be manhandle, regardless of how talented you are.
Looks like we have the streams synced up now, so you can see they're entering level 3 at about the same time. Saber moving a little bit faster, being quick on the draw with those screen scrolls, but Saber gets that
lucky, bomb drop off the 0 count.
Yeah, they both get the early bomb drop. The way the random drops work is they're governed by a table, so if the first enemy you kill is in the bomb dropping group, you have a chance of a bomb. So that neither of them killed anything on the way in, and both of them got that early bomb. If they don't get it, they have to clear all 3 Dark Nuts out to get a static bomb drop. So good luck so far.
So in this room that Crystal Saber's in right now, you kind of want to lead the Dark Nuts if possible into your bomb, so you don't have to use that many of them to take them out. The more you can kill with 1 bomb, the better, for sure.
Yeah, and you see Saber playing it safe and preserving his bombs and finishing off these Dark Nuts with his wood sword, which is a little bit slower, but and VReznor does take a quick lead at the raft, but it's really manhandle the boss of the level is going to determine a lot here.
Well, Saber's going to be careful too, because he's down to 1 heart.
Yeah, we got Saber beeping.
So if Saber does happen to die, he does need to return to the room that he died in at some point in the run.
Yes, the rule is if you die in a dungeon, you have to return to the room where you died at some point during the run. If you die in the overworld, you must return to that overworld screen immediately. This is any percent no Up+A. Up+A on the second controller when you're menuing works like a death warp, so we have to have rules to discourage death warping.
Manhandler being manhandler, unfortunately, you gotta be careful with this bomb count.
Yeah. Ooh, Rez in a rough shape here.
And unfortunately, he takes a death, but more importantly, he's out of bombs now. He can get that 4-pack in the tunnel room.
Yeah. The question now is how if Rez knows what to do with her backup. Wow, quite a manhandle fight for Saber. He does manage to get the force bomb off manhandler. That force bomb caused by... It's hard to do intentionally because it's caused by how many frames manhandler rolls over the bomb. You get to a 10 count when you kill something with a bomb. You get a bomb. In the case of manhandler, that's based on frames. So yeah, VReznor is clearing out that 3 Dark Nut room for that static drop and going in for round 2 with manhandler as Saber leaves level 3 with a full complement of 8 bombs.
Yeah, one thing you saw Crystal Saber do was your pause strats. So basically what he was doing was pausing the game so you could see exactly what path Manhandler was trying to take. Because Manhandler runs so randomly, that helps you kind of tell where he's going.
Yeah, Saber, well known for pause strats. He used that to great effect when he beat this game damageless. He in the Zelda 1 randomizer, he's known for being one of the few players who does not use the select swap option. In Zelda 1 randomizer, you can use the select button to change items instead of pausing. Saber uses pause strats often enough that it's worth it for him to have that select pause button, which you just saw him use.
So the next point will be when Saber gets to Gleeok in 4. That'll probably be the next gatekeeper.
Yeah, for sure. VReznor entering level 4 too. Saber once again down to 1 heart as he makes his way towards the ladder.
Gets a nice force bomb count on those. Gets a nice 8-pack on that actually. So as the lore of Zelda goes, you have the 10th enemy drops the bomb. So if you kill 10 enemies in a row without getting touched, and you kill that 10th enemy with a bomb, you'll get a pack of 4 bombs in return. So you can kind of stack your bomb count to get bombs back for you.
Yeah, so one of those bomb drops that Saber got in that NSU Vire room was forced. The other one was random. Saber, unfortunately, taking a death in the breakfast room. We'll see. He's going straight back in. He didn't have the ladder yet, so if you take a death in level 4 after the ladder, you have the option to continue and come back. But the ladder necessary for some of the upcoming dungeons, so he really has to go straight back in for it. VReznor clearing out the breakfast room now, so named for the pancakes and Zols. Canonophone insists that like-likes don't actually look like pancakes, they look like accordions, so let's call it the polka room, but I don't think that's going to catch on.
Yeah, Saber's going to be a little bit behind again, so that the tides are kind of going back and forth, as is normal for these.
Yeah. And so we have a death in 3 for VReznor and a death in 4 for Saber. They're pretty close. VReznor a little bit ahead.
Gotta be careful to touch those bubbles so you don't lose your sword.
Saber he sorted down a like, which, as you see with Wood's sword, takes quite a few hits. I think he was forcing a rupee drop. He may be hoping to. And there are a few choices for 3 first routes, and they are dependent on resources. So we will see what they end up doing. VReznor unfortunately misses a bomb drop and is out of bombs as he heads into Gliok. That will cause some problems. We'll see how he chooses to handle that. You need 1 bomb to get through level 1 on the fastest path. So his choices, assuming I'm not getting ahead of myself, he looks to be handling Gliok fairly competently. So one choice now is to reroute to 342 routing, which I'm not sure VReznor knows the game well enough to know that backup route. It's sort of obscure. We did see Saber do that route in a previous game when he was in this situation, being out of bombs in 4 after level 4. But so another option would be to go to level 1 and burn a key to take the long way around. And then, of course, you need to make up the key somewhere else. So we'll see what he does.
So they're making very quick work of that Gliok. And he did get that nice bomb drop in the room before, so he's coming out 4 with 6 bombs, so he's in a little bit better shape there.
Yeah.
Alright, so VReznor with the pirouette to save the key.
Entering and re-exiting. Exiting and re-entering level 1 will open that key door. It's a glitch, the easiest glitch in the game to do. Now, we'll see what VReznor does here, because on the standard route, you bomb the top wall in this 5 Stalfos room that he's clearing out now, but obviously he can't do that. So, okay, he's going to go to the left and take the key door. He will need to make up that key at some point. There are a few places he can do it.
And they're going to be sent to this because Saber can pretty much go straight up here.
Yeah. My guess is if VReznor sticks to a standard route, he will have to get a key in level 6 when he encounters a locked door and has to go in the other direction. So hope that works out fairly smoothly for him going forward. The other option would be to grab one of the keys in level 1, but he walked right past those rooms where they are, so that would be backtracking at this point.
Saber getting very lucky with the random bomb drops. Has a very nice healthy bomb count at the moment. Soaring down the Gurias and getting bombs in return is always a nice thing.
Yeah, for sure. Reznor killing Grias. The red Grias are in the bomb dropping group, so he got the bomb he was hoping for. So he will. I mean, if he didn't get that bomb, he would almost certainly have to go to a level 2 route, and I'm not sure how familiar he is with the 3-4-1-2 routes either. So this will allow him to go to level 5. He's also almost 230 rupees, which would allow him to do a 30-30 route.
So Saber's just a few seconds behind, so they're pretty much right on pace with each other. Saber making up for that death with some pretty solid execution here.
Saber a little bit lower on rupees. So the considerations here at the end of level 1. You could go the double hundo route, which means grabbing the 100 in the northeast, which will be the one of 200 secrets on that route, which takes care of all money problems going forward. Or you can farm until you get to 30 rupees and get the other 30 out of the cave to buy the blue candle. So we'll see which way they go here. And there's also there's a couple other routing options too, but they mostly come into play when you're short on bombs. So
it does look like Reznor's gonna go to the upper part here.
Yeah, Reznor going on double hundo. Nice thing about double hundo, it saves a bomb right here. He doesn't have to open that cave. So even though he only has 3 bombs, he at least doesn't have to go to level 5 with 2. See, he could have gotten that 30 and he would have had the 60 for the candle, but then he would have been short on bombs. So I think this is the right play here. Saber heading down to level 2. Interesting. And he did not do the coast walk before level 2 that's typical of a red candle route. So I wonder if he might. There's a new 2 before 5 route since the new recorder glitch has been discovered that offers some routing options. He might do that. He might do something else. We'll see what he does. But they're going to be out of sync. Their routes, no matter what they do, their routes will converge by the end of level 7. So.
And another nice floor bomb drop for Saber. Probably want to come here because those routes drop so much money.
Yeah, well, if he's doing the if he's doing the 2 before 5 blue candle recorder route, he needs a lot of money out of level 2. That's a feature of that route, so he may be. And it looks like he's getting it, so that may be the way he's going to go. VReznor unfortunately taking a death in level 5. The Gibdos, which are those mummies, and the blue dark nuts all do 2 hearts of damage in green tunics, so VReznor needs to be a little bit careful here.
Alright, so Saber's finished up with 2. We'll see where he's going. Most likely up to 5. VReznor unfortunately another death in the recorder room.
Okay, so Saber's going up to the northeast 100. Interesting.
Maybe he got a little bit flushed and not have enough to get the kill on the first pass.
Well, there's the recorder route that Unos and Cantaloupe and a couple other runners have been experimenting with would get another 100 secret later in the route before world wrapping to the coast, but presumably he's not doing that since he already has 200 rupees. That's plenty for either a blue candle route, certainly for a red candle route, but also for a blue candle. So we'll see here if he buys the candle. he does not buy the candle, so he's perhaps doing a red candle route with a ton of rupees on it.
We'll have to ask him what the mindset was afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has a plan. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, but...
There is one thing I wonder... Another death for VReznor, unfortunately, so Saber has already completed level 2, as they're both runners are in level 5 now, but Saber quite a bit ahead because he has a whole Triforce piece on Rez at this point.
Renew the Beard. No Up+A. What Up+A is in vanilla is it lets you reset the game on a second controller, so you can kind of take a quick death warp. So this is barring that, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, if you pause to the menu and push Up+A on the second controller, it brings up the continue save retry screen. And one place where you would use that if this were a straight any % run is right after grabbing the recorder. You would skip back to the beginning of the dungeon, save the walk that you'll see them do after they grab the recorder.
Gotta deal with all these dark nuts, which is never fun. That was a really clean room by Saber, and VReznor has to be a little bit careful here. Still has to.
Yeah, VReznor down to a half a heart. Oh, VReznor really having a rough time in level 5 tonight. It's tough to see.
Yeah, those dark nuts would do two hearts worth of damage every time they touch you. So coming in on Green Tunic and not many hearts is definitely hurt.
Saber grabbing a bomb pack, doubling up on the Dodongos. It is on blue candle routes. You often you can finish level 5 with low bombs because you're going to level 2 next, and you are guaranteed bombs at the end of level 2 if you, assuming you play the end game correctly. On red candle routes, level 7 is next, so he needs to have plenty of bombs coming out of level 5, and he's in good shape on that score. He is a little short on heart containers, which makes me wonder if he might be planning on skipping those coast hearts. Saber's PB, which is the only sub 30 that is not on the speedrun.com leaderboard. It is on the old Zelda speedruns leaderboard, but it's not on speedrun.com. Is in fact a route where he skipped some of those overworld heart containers and finished off with the white sword. So I'm wondering if he's going to grab the white sword now. No, he's not. He's whistling. So I don't know. Maybe he's going to make up those heart containers now. Looks like he's whistling too. I don't know. I don't know where he's going to get the heart containers to get the magical sword though. So it's the only question mark in Saber's routing right now. VReznor, on the other hand, is getting the white sword.
Saber picking up his beef on a stick.
Mm. This is not a bad play by VReznor, struggling that much in level 5. The white sword does 2 hit points of damage as opposed to the 1 that the wood does, so he can hit those dark nuts 4 times and kill them even if he's not proficient with the bombs. So we'll see how he does going in with white sword now. Meanwhile, Saver is done with his shopping and into level 6, into level 7.
VReznor hugging a mummy, unfortunately.
Yeah, he came in with a half a heart, so that's
yeah, that could have been intentional.
Yeah, it would be a good place for an intentional death, since it's just it only costs 1 room of time and gets 2.5 hearts back.
Fish Space. Every time you blow your recorder, it increases a timer to the next dungeon that you have a Triforce out of. So you'll always go to the next dungeon that has a Triforce that you have completed. So in this case, with Saber having 3, 1, 2, and 5, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. It looks like VReznor did take a few minutes to compose himself and is back at it.
Yeah, he went and grabbed the white sword, so you should have a little bit easier time with these Darknuts now, we hope.
Yeah, and there's the red counter for Saber, so you called that one.
Yeah, Oh, unfortunately, VReznor taking yet another death in the recorder room. But he's running back in there, so...
And the boss at level 7 is just going to be a Aquamentus, so nothing to challenge Saber in this one. Gotta be really careful all these wall matchers, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's moving to arrows because those bubbles take your sword away for a few seconds, and when you grab the red candle, they're all around the edge of the room like that. On blue candle routes, they're in the middle of the sea, so it's possible to get through by sorting them, but you really need a secondary weapon on a red candle route unless you hug the right side of the room in a very skillful way. So Saber through level 7. So the issue for Saber now is heart containers. We'll see how he solves it. I have an inkling of how he might do it, but let's just see it. Let's just see what he does, because Saber knows this game as well as anyone. So I assume he has a plan here.
VReznor some aggravation slashes after getting his recorder finally.
Yeah. It's great to see him. That recorder room is just a horrible place to die, and you see why. It can just be a cascade because it's such a difficult room, and then you come back with low health. So yeah, Saber doing this world wrap and getting these coast hearts now. My guess is he will recorder to the graveyard to get the magical sword, but we'll see if I'm right.
And VReznor, unfortunately, meeting the Darknuts yet again in this little 6-5.
Now, under tournament rules, VReznor does have to return to that room. That would create a wrinkle if he forgets about that, because... Okay, good, he's doing it. Yeah, it would be a time save to take that death and just keep going, but he does his toe tap and gets back on his way. And as I thought, yeah, Saber did a recorder. The way that recorder works was just discovered a few weeks ago by Rue Slugs. Unos debuted in a first-round tournament race. None of us had seen it before. What he did was he clipped onto the water and whistled in such a way that the raft was triggered while he took the whistle. And what that does is it confuses the game into sending you northwest of the whistle destination. So in that case, he whistled to level 7, went northwest of level 7 to the graveyard. So, fun little routing choice by Saber there.
Yeah, lets him get those 2 quick hearts too, without having to route in that entire coast walk. This game is so broken. And so we got Saber in the magical breakfast room, dealing with some pancakes and wizards.
VReznor defeats level 5 at last.
Yeah, probably a very large sigh of relief getting rid of that dungeon. At least 6 of those dungeons you want to try to come out with a full complement of bombs for 8, correct?
Yeah, ideally. There are only 2 walls to bomb open in 8, but you need a bunch of bombs for 9. So the more the better at this point, because there are so many bomb dropping enemies in level 6. Okay, so VReznor will grab a 100 secret here in World Wrap on a standard. He's on the double hundo route. This is the second of those hundos, and then he will World Wrap and grab those coast hearts himself before heading to level 2. Ooh, he did the screen scroll and walked a little too far. That is a peril, but it's better than. I won't say it. I won't commentators curse him before he does the World Wrap correctly, because I'm sure he'll do it fine. And he did. Yeah, the Lost Woods are right on the other side of that screen scroll, so if you miss it, you can't go back left. You have to go around or solve the Lost Woods puzzle, which takes 4 screens. So it's one you really don't want to miss there, and he did it. He did it quite competently.
Alright, Saber's making the dip into 8 now to finish that off. And it looks like VReznor's dropping down to 2 now to finish that one off.
Yep. Almost a high 5 in the forest as Saber whistled to level 2 to get back to level 8, but not quite. This is the first of the 2 blue lagoons. We call them lagoons in partly because they're blue, and there was a Brooke Shields movie, but also because there's a lot of lag on the NES. But in addition to the lag, you will see some of Saber's patented pause strats. So when the music stops, he's pausing. When it slows down, there's lag. But at this point, it's pausing.
Now, just looking at all this chaos on Saber's screen, he's one of the few, if not the only person to do this damageless. So he's beaten this whole game without taking a single piece of damage at some point in the run.
Yep.
And these pause strats that he's doing is probably one of the keys to doing that. Yeah,
for sure. That run is on YouTube. It's about an hour and a half long. And yeah, there is quite a bit of pausing in it. Also, he kills basically everything on the overworld, just to keep the beam swords. It's a gold mine for safety strats that are often too slow for speed runs, but are good to know, especially for racing when you're getting into dangerous situations.
Very nice bomb taking out 5 dark ones.
Wow. Yeah, that was a really, really nice lagoon, too. It's gonna clear this room, which has a static bomb drop, so it can fill up on the way into level 9, which is nice to have. VReznor done with level 2 and heading to do his shopping on the way to level 7. As Saber heads into the...
four-headed dragon.
The four-headed Gliok.
Magical Sword to make quick work of that Gliok, though.
Yep.
The heart container that doesn't exist.
Heart container, you need it in 100%, obviously, but in any percent, you just need enough heart containers for the magical sword. Some runners will get that heart container for safety, but Saber's way beyond that.
Saber gonna stop and grab a quick potion and be on his way to 9.
Yeah, if Saber is watching either the restream or VReznor stream, he knows he's far ahead. He has plenty of time to grab a potion. No need to keep his foot on the gas. So he should have plenty of room to plenty of margin for error in level 9 that he probably doesn't even need. VReznor, meanwhile, clearing out the river room in level 7. Question is, does magical sword fit into the routing better than white sword? Does it actually have a time save, even after collecting all the hearts? The answer is it is a gigantic time save. We saw in a race yesterday, Bresticle versus 4-Eye Steven. BT was out of bombs after level 1. He could have gone to level 2, but he called an audible, decided to grab that white sword and skip a bunch of heart containers and finish the run without the magical sword. And if you that run was on Gary and Old Wolf's channel. You can find that highlight, and it's also and you will see that they got to level 9 at close to the same time. BT might have actually been a little bit ahead, but Steven ended up winning the race. So you can see exactly how much time that magical sword saves up against Wizrobes.
And VReznor's close to finishing up on level 7 here, just to deal with his Dig Dagger, and then Aquamentus, which is no challenge at all.
And see, Saber got the static bomb drop from that first Patra, so he has plenty of bombs. VReznor, ooh, cutting it a little close on those Wall Masters. Unfortunately, he picked up a clock, so he.
Okay, so he got to the last Wall Master, thankfully.
Yeah, if you pick up that clock before all the Wall Masters are out of the room, you have to leave and come back because you don't know where they are. So, but fortunately, he only had one more to take care of when that happened. So he's through level 7 without incident. As Saber makes his way toward the Silver Arrows.
Patra 2. Gotta behave.
Patra 2 being rather uncooperative, would not let Saber block Clip, is cornering him in the doorway. So looks like Saber's just gonna take him out. The nice thing about taking out Patra 2 is he won't be there when you come back, because you will need to return to that room.
So Bubbles, Wizrobes, never fun combo. And Saber makes extremely quick work of that room.
Saber heading to the Silver Arrows as VReznor grabs the white magical sword and heads into level 6. And yeah, so because VReznor had to spend that key because he didn't have the bomb in level 1, he's going right here. These Wizrobes will drop a key, so he will be able to continue the run. It's just a one-room detour to make up that key. It's a decent backup. I mean, there's there are other routes you can take if you don't have the bombs at that point in the run, but just burning the key and making it up there is a good alternative. And perfectly normal to run out of keys at that door in level 6, so he's back on his key route now.
Wizard's just falling right in line for Saber to deal with.
Yep.
Yeah, nice clock pickup by VReznor. One of the better rooms to clock in for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And a hard drop so he can leave Magical Breakfast Room 1 with full health. It's nice to see.
And Saber has to do Patcher 3, then just off to the big pig.
Alright, so, here's Saber in the Ganon fight.
Yep, just 4 quick shots with the magical sword. Drops a bomb too.
Why not? Get your GGs out in chat for Crystal Saber finishing in first place with an official SRL time of 36 minutes flat.
Yeah, definitely a nice race for Saber. See if Saber's gonna hop in here with us. I do want to say I give both these runners they follow for this heck of a race. Some perseverance by VReznor, and just some nice gameplay for sure by Crystal Saber.
Okay, looks like Saber is going to join us for an interview. And here he is. GG, sir.
It's like... Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Saber, well played, my friend.
So let's talk about that route.
I think I was playing randomizer ever since the level 3 and 4.
Yeah. So talk us through this. You get to the you went to level 2 after level 1. So I was wondering, but you didn't go to the coast like you would on the usual 3 first red candle route. So what was your thinking there?
I was actually trying to get 60 rupees, and I had 59, and I didn't want to guess that I was going to get that 1 rupee, so I just decided to go to 2 since I was close by. And that's kind of like where that led to. And I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm a split state of hearts. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, I was wondering if you were going to do the 2 before 5 Rue Quarter route, which was, but then you didn't buy the blue candle after level 2, and you instead went to the Northeast 100, and you had a ton of rupees coming out. Like,
I really had no idea what I was doing with rupees.
Yeah, I mean it. So you were just kind of making it up as you went along.
Pretty much, yeah.
It worked out for you. So I mean, got VReznor now clearing out the second of the 2 blue lagoons. Last Darknut getting a little fresh with him, but he gets through it.
Alright, so VReznor is dealing with level 8. Not too much more here than just on the quick 9 also.
Yeah, so we can get through this Gleok fight, he should be fine. So yeah, you at what point did you at what point did you decide you were going to recorder to the magical sword? Because because I was wondering when you skipped those hearts and then you also skipped the candle if you were going to because on the Rue Quarter route that Unos and Cantaloupe have been doing, it's a blue candle route. They get the other 100 secret and then world wrap. I was wondering if you were going to do a white sword route or something, but at what point did you decide? Wait, I need to go back and get those heart containers. Like,
I think when I was getting the first 100, because I kind of forgot after leaving 2, so I kept going normally. And then I'm like, when am I going to route this in? Do I go back down and get the hearts and then walk all the way up? And then I thought, let me just try after 7. And it turned out I could do that.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, it worked out. Yeah, I was wondering. So you were halfway to the Northeast 100 before you realized. Oh wait.
Yeah, basically. Like everything went wrong for me that seed almost. Like everything kept hitting me everywhere. Like I had like 2 hearts going into level 4. I had like 2 hearts down going into level 1. Like everything just kept hitting me to the point where I could not think straight anymore. I just went with whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking like you had a terrible run. It could have fooled us. It was pretty fun to watch, but I mean, I realize I realize by your standards it's not a great time, but this was a nice. It was nice to see a new routing on the fly, nonetheless. So GG's on that, and let's watch his VReznor entering level 9. Let's see if he has grabbed that safety potion. So see if he can finish this off.
Yeah, so VReznor's main issue was level 5. He took a couple deaths that were a little bit costly.
Yeah, Rez actually, after several deaths in level 5, he eventually went and grabbed the white sword to help with those dark nuts. So
not a bad play to get that white sword when you're not comfortable with them.
I very much agree.
In preparation for this match, I was actually trying to come up with a different route. Would I do 8 after 2 with the wood sword, and then white sword, everything else, or at least 6 as well. I don't know why. I was just coming up with random ideas.
Did you watch the Brasticle 4-Eye Steven race yesterday?
I did not get a chance to catch that.
Huh?
I did not get a chance to catch that.
Yeah, BT ended up skipping Magical Sword and finishing out with White. It's entertaining.
Nice.
Patch, unfortunately, stuck in the open pattern, which you never want to have to deal with.
Yeah, what happened there was there is a master fly there that will stick Patra in the pattern that it's in when you kill that particular fly. You might have actually, I believe when Saber Guild Patra won, he got it while the Patra was contracted, so it stopped pulsing completely. Reznor got it while he was expanding, so he just kept expanding. So, ooh, nice place for a fairy. A fairy mitigates some of that issue with Patra 1. Reznor has to be a little bit careful here. A red Withrow beam does 4 hearts of damage in Green Tunic, so he doesn't have much margin for error here. He has to think about potioning pretty soon, but he clears out Patra 2 damageless, so he's okay for now. But things can go south real fast as he heads into Reverse C.
Hopefully the Wizards here behave for him. He's gonna take his safety potion. Just can't blame him for that.
Yeah, that's a good time for it. And nice place for a fairy. He's at full health as he heads to the Silver Arrows. And he still has that blue potion in his back pocket, so pretty good shape to finish the run.
Choosing to clear out these wizards instead of doing the reverse clip.
Yeah, that reverse clip is tough. So, and if you're going to go down and try to do the other clip anyway, it's nice to clear them out. After all that rough going in level 5, I'm sure VReznor wants to play it as safe as possible here. So. Now, VReznor has no more bombs for combat unless a Wizrobe drops one. He has one more bomb wall to open, so he needs to hold on to the bomb he has.
Nice quick work of that, though.
Yeah.
Alright, just gotta deal with that Patra 3 here.
Ooh, a couple bops from Patra. He'll probably want a potion before Ganon.
Yep, it does just that.
A Ganon Hug does 4 hearts of damage, and each fireball does 1 heart. So, want to have some protection heading into this fight. He does get a little up close and personal with Ganon at the beginning, but let's see if he can. Ooh.
Needs one more shot without getting hit.
Yeah.
Got it.
Down to 1 heart, but he did it.
Slightly close on that one.
So get your GGs out in chat for VReznor. Finishing up this run with an official SRL time of 46:58. And VReznor unfortunately has no microphone, so he can't join us in the commentator's booth. But GG's to him, and congratulations again, Saver, on your Saver says in the IRC text to speech. But so congratulations to both runners. Tonight we have a few more. Let's see. Coming up at 10 p.m. on the main Speed Gaming channel, Random Effect and Zeb Gebney will be facing off. Random and Zeb actually are paired off both in the Vanilla Tournament and the Randomizer Tournament, and they will be doing those matches back-to-back on Speed Gaming tonight. So check that out at, what is that? What is 2100?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And then at 10 o'clock Eastern on Gary and Old Wolf's channel, Canonophone and Zarnax42 will be facing off in the last race of this third round of the Swiss phase of this tournament. There are 2 more Swiss phases in the bracket, so we got a lot more tournament to come. So watch on Speed Gaming and on other Legend of Zelda streams. You will see a lot more action. So I'm sure we will see you soon. For myself, John Tabin, for my co-commentator, Dark Falls. Also, thanks to our runners, Crystal Saver and VReznor. Give those guys a follow. And thanks to the folks at Speed Gaming for the restream. And we will say good night for now.
Everyone have a wonderful evening. See you on the next show.
Yep.